Well, good afternoon, everybody. As I mentioned, we're in the 60s today. Let's go see how actual warm it got. 64. That's as warm as it got today after a 39 low. So those of you that were out there, you know, James, my favorite part getting up to walk the dog in the morning is when the dog looks out the window and says, no, I'm not going.
Never mind.
It's too cold. You might have had that activity this morning. Obviously, no rain for the beginning of November, but we are now at 31-24 for the year. Of course, skies cleared up yesterday afternoon just in time for the trick-or-treaters, and today absolute sunshine. High pressure is on top of us. Tomorrow morning, it won't be quite as cold. It'll be in the mid-40s. Get a load of the counties from Waco out to just north of Houston that are going to be under that freeze watch warning for tomorrow morning. That's tomorrow morning. That's for them. We don't have to worry about that. For us, we're looking at about 40 as an overnight low, and slowly but surely we'll start warming up those temperatures as well. So we're looking from 64 today to 70 tomorrow. With abundant sunshine, we're going to stay slowly climbing out of the cold weather. Now here's the high pressure that brought us a nice north wind. It has already moved to the east, so now in the next 24 hours, we're going to see the wind sort of turn around. And you got to remember, everything's flowing around these lines. So you can see they're getting a southerly wind, which is bringing the warm front. They're getting the northerly wind, which is bringing the cold air down into deep south. And we are going to start picking up a southeasterly wind around it. And that's slowly going to warm our temperatures up and bring back the cloud cover and humidity. Yesterday I mentioned this next big storm on the west coast, but as of today we're just going to give up on it. I don't think it's going to make it down into our area. It's going to go almost due east across the Canadian border, and the frontal system will not get much farther south than maybe Kansas and Oklahoma. So I took the rain out of the forecast because it doesn't look like we're going to get anything in the short term. Meanwhile, down south, we're watching Hurricane Pilar. And Pilar, we're watching it carefully. I'll tell you why. Because its track is to the south, or rather to the west. And that's fine. If Pilar were to come up a little bit farther north up here, then we would have the problem of it getting caught up in the westerly winds. Now, up high where the airplanes fly, I like to do that because it rhymes, you see. Up high where the airplanes fly, we have the westerly prevailing winds. In other words, up in this area, generally the winds flow from west to east. That's why you see the storms come in California and go out in New York. Well, we have a very strong jet. You see all these lines that are very strong. So if Pilar were to wander a little bit farther north, she would do that right turn and sort of give us some problems. But at this point in time, Pilar is staying so far south that we don't have to worry about it. So if you get a chance to do a little fishing tomorrow, we've got fairly nice weather. The winds will settle down. We'll get to 47 in the morning, 70 in the afternoon. Well, a few clouds showing up for Port Lavaca. And in Cuero, we're starting off at 38, getting up to 68. A few little clouds beginning to show up as that south wind comes back in. But you can very clearly see the temperatures ramping up to 77, then 81. 83 sounds like a barbecue weekend to me, and we're staying on the dry side of things until at least next Wednesday. That's your 7-day forecast, reminding everybody we do have a QR code. We'd love for you to scan that and put Crossroads Today on your phone.